Hey, Facebook friends, I'm just jumping on here. I'm having a busy day. I don't know about you, but I love summers. I love being home with my kids during the summer, but it can be crazy. I call myself sometimes the moober, like Uber mom, driving kids everywhere, working at VBS this week. It's been just a fun week, but life can be crazy. So yesterday we talked about, if you've been following me, we talked about Big Mo. I introduced you to my friend, Big Mo. And Big Mo is momentum. And when you're working towards goals in your life and working on those habits and establishing good habits, as you take those small steps, as we've been dealing with in The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, I've been really talking a lot about how those small and steady steps will help reach you and catapult you to your goal. And as you continue to take those small steps, momentum enters in. So just think about physics. I talked about this yesterday. Things in rest stay in rest. Things in motion stay in motion. So if you're just staying put, not making any effort to change in your life, you're unhappy, you've got goals you want to accomplish, but you're not doing anything about them, you're going to stay at rest. Nothing is going to happen. And so what I want to do is I want to inspire you to start taking those small steps, establishing good habits in your life. And those habits can stay, and we can make good steps towards them when we have that why. And we talked about that last week, how important it is to have your why. So today I'm going to talk about the power of routines. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, I'm just not a routine person. That's not how I can go about my life. I can't live with routines. But I'm going to ask you this. Are you accomplishing your goals? Are you getting where you want to be? You know, if not, I want you to take a look at your life, and I want you to start thinking about, what would happen if I took those behaviors and habits that I'm working on and I established a good routine? So many people fail. They have good intentions, but they don't have a system to execute maybe those habits that they want to establish. And then we really fail. So even if you're not a routine person, even if you think they're silly, I want you to just have open ears today and just listen to what I have to say. New behaviors and attitudes, they need to be incorporated into our daily, weekly, and monthly life by putting them into a routine. And I'm going to share this. I have tried life without routines, and then I have tried life with routines. And I'm going to tell you that from experience, I have learned that those routines help continue to build the momentum and help me catapult me and help me in the direction of accomplishing my goals in life. And you know, on top of that, it makes my life a lot less stressful. The power of a routine, you know, our life is crazy, but when you put some routines in your life, it really can ease the stress. And I want to just share this. You know, we've all seen soldiers. We know young men and women that have gone off to boot camp, a 12-week boot camp. And at boot camp, these young men and women are put into very specific, really simple routines as far as even making their bed, polishing their shoes. They have simple routines that are repetitively practiced over and over and over to perfection over those 12 weeks. And you might be thinking, why do they do that? But by practicing and executing and doing those routines, when they come into stressful situations, they're able to handle it. When life becomes unpredictable and they're out on the battlefield, when they have been put through these routines and they've repetitively practiced, and even if it's the simplest routine, you know, making your bed doesn't really equate to the battlefield, but they have become disciplined. They have been able to become disciplined young women and young men, and they're able to handle some of those life stressful situations they might be put in. And so just think of the soldier and how important those routines are to them to make them productive and truly efficient. They've rehearsed it over and over and over. And I just love the story of Jack Nicholson. He's a golfer, pro golfer. And he had a very specific routine from the moment before he hit the ball. He had a specific dance and kind of a routine from the time he took out his club from his bag to the time he hit the ball. And during a major major event, a psychologist walked with him for all 18 holes that he played, and he timed him from the moment he took out his golf club to the time he hit his ball. There was only a slight 1 second was the greatest difference in all 18 holes, and he did the same specific thing over and over and over. And he was a very successful golfer. And that same psychologist followed another player in 1996 in a majors, Greg Norman, and he kind of followed him, and he timed, and he did the same thing. And what he found is in that particular major, Greg Norman kind of fell apart, and as he was playing, his routine got faster and faster and faster, and that unpredictability truly made him collapse. He became very unpredictable in his swing, and things changed. And so, having that specific set routine can really help in those time of stressful situations. And that's when momentum begins to build up. And so what I want to suggest to you today is I want you to look at your life. I know the middle of the day, we have many times not a lot of control of. But at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day, we have the ability to have the most control. And those are two times that you can really set a really good routine. So if you look at behaviors and things that you want to change or things that you're working on, what can you do in the morning and what can you do at the evening to help make sure that you're accomplishing and headed towards your goal? What kind of routines can you build in? So for me, one of the best things that I can do in the evening before I go to bed, and when I have this routine down, my life goes so much more smoothly the next day, and I'm really being able to reach my goal. So in the evening, I look at, okay, what do I need to do for tomorrow? What specific things do I need to do for my business? What kind of things do I need to do when I'm teaching or for my health? What things do I need to do tomorrow to be successful in what getting me towards my goals? And I write them down. And I don't write a huge list. I know if I can pick those top 3 things that I need to do to help me in my area that I'm working on, I write those down. And the writing is really the power of thinking. Don't just put it in your head. For me, the routine is I need to write it down. When I don't write it down, things fall apart the next day. So that is one of the many things that I have in my evening routine. And the same thing goes for the morning. And we're going to talk about this more tomorrow, like what you can set up in your morning and evening routines to help you be successful. And so I just want you today to I want you to kind of maybe look at some of those habits that you're establishing and that are helping you reach your goal or get there, those small steps. What can you do in the morning and what can you do in the evening to help you take those small steps to reach those goals? And then you need to make them into a routine, meaning every day, no matter what, you need to make sure that you're implementing them into your day. And so the power of routine is really, really important. And so what we're going to look at then tomorrow is as you're building those routines into your life and taking those small, steady steps, momentum is kicking in, you're getting into a rhythm, and we're going to look more at how can you keep that rhythm going and find your groove. So I'm so glad you joined me. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section. If you have found any value in this, if you could give me a like, I would appreciate that. If you know of somebody who might be able to benefit from the things that I share, please share them. I really do share because I care, and I really do believe that everyone has the ability to live life to the fullest, and it's just a matter of choice. Do you want to stay stuck? Do you want to stay just blah? Or do you want to get off that couch and live your life to the fullest? Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to being back tomorrow. Have a really good day.